Hello, Woman's Blueprint Sisterhood. I'm so glad to meet with you guys once more. I want to continue the series that we're talking about on the podcast in regard to chapter 3 of the Woman's Blueprint, being equipped for the journey. You see, most recently, I experienced what a lot of people have labeled as menopause. Yes, I am that old. But you see, it wasn't the traditional or what I thought menopause should be. I had my surgery 2 years ago, so you would think by now I would be in a routine, right? From a physical and mental standpoint, but that's not the case, or that wasn't the case. You see, after my surgery, I, was able to get back to life. I even lost a few pounds, and I started to re-engage with normalcy of womanhood. However, as time went on, I started to experience some fatigue. I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to just lay around. I also had brain fog where things that I do every day started to be confusing mentally. I even experienced some weight gain. I mean, a serious amount of weight gain. And no matter what I did, I continues to gain weight. Now, for those of you that know me, know I have hypothyroidism. And so what that means is that my thyroid, my metabolism is slow. It does not metabolize the intake of my food. In fact, it figures, or it says it's in starvation, so it holds anything I eat for later use. Now, of course, when you have hypothyroidism, you are on medication for life. And so, going to my endocrinologist, I started to take this medicine, and I wasn't getting any better. In fact, I was getting worse. And so, typically, as doctors do, they will up my medicine, decrease my medicine. They will say things like, oh, well, why don't we add this to it? And I got tired of that. I felt like I was a yo-yo being used to try to figure out the milligrams of medication that would help me become a woman again or feel like my old self. And I got to the point where, I just felt like there has to be more to this. It cannot just all be based on my thyroid. Of course, my hair was thinning. I was going through some mood swings. The person I love being around, I didn't really want to be around. I start becoming annoyed with little things. Every time I, had a situation that could create or be conflicting, I would meet it at a level 10, already ready to harp on you or get on you. And so for my husband and my sons, that became old. And they were like, wait a minute, what is wrong with you? Who is this person that we're living with? Where do you come from? And loving them the way I do, I didn't want them to feel like hell was at home. And being the only female in the family or in the house, I didn't want to be what the Bible calls, it was best to live on the roof than to be in the house with a nagging woman. I didn't want that to be me, but that was who I was becoming. So I was concerned. Speaking with my mom and other friends, they shared, oh yes, this is typical menopause, you go through that. Of course, I was having the night sweats, and I called them my own personal rainstorms, where my house would be at a 74 comfortably at night. I had it on 68 degrees. And I've always been cold natured, so when I had the house on 68, my family be in the bed shivering, and I mean, we're talking about wintertime, and I'm still there just, still burning up. So those personal storms had to stop. And so I seek, from a different perspective, I sought additional resources. Of course, I wanted to do holistic resources. I even talked to several different doctors. I believe my endocrinologist was doing the best she can based on the level of knowledge that she had. So I share all that to say, guys, you can't really stick with one person to find out what's going on with you, because the end result for me is, yes, my thyroid was underacting, but I was also going through a hormonal imbalance. And that hormonal imbalance led to me gaining a lot of weight. It also gave me that brain fog. It made me annoyed with everyone. So when I finally went in and had my hormones checked, a full hormone workup, I discovered that I was at the bottom of the barrel and that I was not doing anything from a woman's perspective. And so I needed hormone replacement therapy. And even though I've had my surgery 2 years ago, I should have been on this 2 years ago. I should have left that doctor's office with some type of therapy in place to help me manage the missing pieces that God gave me. So I wanted to make sure you guys are aware. If you're feeling tired, fatigued to the point where you need to take a nap, there's no more energy, the car just won't move anymore, please look beyond what you've been diagnosed with. Please go to a doctor that will look at your overall health, that will ask you those questions, that will make you go, yes, I have that. Yes, I'm experiencing that. If you're at a doctor and all they're talking about is one thing, then that's not the right place you need to be. Now, I must issue the caveat, I am not a doctor, nor can I provide you with medical advice, but I can share with you my experience and hope that it helps you, for those of you that are impacted by the things that I went through. I want you to have an answer. I want you to get in some type of therapy that will help you be the best you. The Woman's Blueprint, that's all we're about, is making sure you're able to be equipped for the journey, as in chapter 3, and also have the opportunity to be the best you so you can live life abundantly. Bye for now.